Hey, y'all, and we're back with another episode of Firehouse's Mentor Monday. Hey, so last week we ended part 2 about a rookie's first day, probie's first day, and how you should go about the rig checks, right? And I know it was a little quick episode about the full rig check, but I wanted to hit the high points and I wanted to hit some of the key factors there, which really and truly is one, making sure they understand how to check off the truck, but two, asking them how they learn. So you can teach them how to check off the truck. But that also then translates over to how you can teach them to do this job, right? People aren't going to learn different ways at different points of time. And I've been able to look at that in various different ways throughout my career. And I've noticed that if someone is a person that has to read all the time to learn and then apply the skill, then that's pretty much how they do everything in life, and how you're going to have to teach them throughout their probationary period and throughout their career. And so as you go through those rig checks and as you get done with those rig checks and you got the chauffeur over there cooking breakfast, it's probably a good time to bring that probie into the office and just sit down and have a normal expectations talk, right? And this talk is a little simpler. I think that as company officers, we always like to try to make it more in depth or more serious than it has to be. But it should be a real simple conversation about what you expect from them and what they expect from you. And sometimes you're going to get an answer like, well, I just expect to be a good firefighter. Well, I mean, that's simple then, right? Because if they have the effort, right, and they have the dedication and commitment, then you can make them a good firefighter. And you can explain that to them right there, like, hey, it does not take talent to be a good firefighter. It takes effort, commitment, dedication to be great at this job and to learn this job. And that's how you become a great firefighter, right? So as long as they bring an open mind and hard work and effort and commitment, dedication to this job, you can accomplish that expectation for them pretty quickly. Now, going forward, you need to line out your expectations. And I've seen all kinds, right? I've seen expectations that are 6, 7, 8 pages long, and I've seen some that are half a page long. I've seen some that are just literally 2 or 3 sentences, right? And I think that they all work depending on the situation and who you are as an individual company officer. But to me, in my experience, the more you can condense them to not overwhelm that probie, the better. And so, for me with probies, expectations are simple, right? It's how we end every video. Train hard, love the job, and stay smart, right? And then you can apply a definition with each one of those, right? About how important training is and why it's important to train hard and what good training will provide for them in their career. You can explain that in a definition, right? What it is to love the job and how loving the job is an action. It's not just a term. It's not just words. It's not just a sentence. It's an action of truly loving this job. And you can define that for them. Stay smart versus stay safe. How we would much rather stay smart than stay safe, because we don't want to put a perception out there that our safety is more important than anybody else, because it's not. Our citizens come first. The people that we serve come first, and their safety is above our own, right? But if we stay smart, then we will attack each situation the safest way possible that provides the best results of saving our citizens, right? And so as you go through this expectation talk, you can learn some points from them and how you can connect with them, right? Sometimes they might be a person who is an athlete, and so you can talk sports with them and get to know them on a personal level. You can get to invest in them. Sometimes they might be a young probie on the job that loves Pokemon, right? And that's a real fact on today's job. And so, I would behoove you to go out there and learn a little bit about Pokemon so you can have a conversation with that probie that connects you two on a different level other than boss and probie, but that allows you to invest a little bit into their life so that way you can learn more about them and you can learn how to lead them down the path of success a little more easily. So that's my tips for this week. I appreciate you joining us each and every week. And as always, train hard, love the job, and stay smart. See you next week.